some of my family. And it's because of stuff that has happened. But also, I realized when we were adults and talking, so like for instance, my dad would get very angry when I'm a straight shooter. You ask me a question, I'm going to tell
Hey
you what I
guys,
think.
how are you all? Today I'm in a really chatty mood, because I've brought you some amazing news that will blow your mind. Those of you who watch the show, Sister Wives, know that Madison Brown Brash grew up with so much turmoil and instability in the family of her parents, Janelle and Kody Brown. But now that Madison has become a mother, she's made such a big decision for her own children that you'll be really surprised to hear. How did she free her children from this cycle of instability? I'll share the whole story today, just like friends. So, don't miss the video and watch it to the end. And yes, if you like the video, give it a like and tell me in the comments what you think about Madison's decision. Let's go to the main video. Sister Wives star Madison Brown Brash has revealed how she's found a way to break the instability cycle for her kids after growing up as the daughter of Janelle Brown and Kody Brown. Madison Brown Brash is breaking the cycles that weren't right for her. The Sister Wives star, who is the second oldest of Janelle Brown and Kody Brown's 6 children, has been candid about how she's making changes in parenting her and husband Caleb Brash's 4 children. There are things in our house that my children will never see, and I made that decision long before they were born. Brush, who is the mother of Axel 8, Evie 6, Josephine 3, and Amelia 16 months, wrote in a recent Instagram post. I realized at 13 that the life I was living wasn't what I wanted. In fact, Brush admits that she didn't benefit from some aspects of her upbringing. I couldn't change my circumstances at the time, but I could have decided with absolute certainty what I would and wouldn't take with me. And what else does the 30-year-old star feel is important to change? Where there should be stability, there is no instability, Brush continues. Where there should be security, there is no fear. Where there should be integrity, there is no secrecy. No chaos disguised as normality. And while the former reality star has made it her goal to break the cycle, she admits, it's not natural. It takes a lot of willpower to not repeat the same thing, Brush adds. It's something I've had to learn, and something I've had to choose, especially on the hard days. Still, she was determined that the problematic parts of her upbringing would end with her. That part was fixed a long time ago, she notes, and I've never looked back on it. But it's not with anger that Brush looks back. Her recent reflections on growing up in a polygamous environment. Her father also has 5 children with wife Robin Brown, 6 with ex-wife Christine Brown, and 1 with ex-wife Mary Brown, come less than a year after she spoke about her desire to reunite with her father amid their years-long estrangement. I'm ready for reconciliation, forgiveness, and a closure, Brush clarified in a November episode of the TLC series. But if he ever wants to come back into our lives, there has to be a continuity. And that last part is perhaps one of the most meaningful
The
parts of
momentous
Madison's
loss
message.
of Garrison seems to
She's
have
not saying
briefly
that the
shifted
past doesn't
everyone's views
exist.
of the
She's
long-running
also
family
not saying
feud.
that every childhood memory was bad. Rather, she's suggesting that becoming a parent has changed her perspective on all of her experiences growing up. It happens to many people. When someone has
Even worse,
children of
and make
their
Evie
own,
feel
they
ashamed
often
for
start
something that
asking
makes her all
different
the more
questions.
special in our eyes.
What
As a
kind of
family, we have
family do I
decided to be
want to
open
have?
as we walk
What
through this
traditions
journey.
should I keep?
When
And
Maddie
what
opened up
customs
about her
should I
daughter's
end up
medical
with?
condition on Instagram,
Madison's
her
recent
followers
comments
responded
seem
with
to
an
come from that
avalanche of
perspective.
love and
One
support.
thing
In a
that's
subsequent
particularly
Instagram post,
striking
she
is
wrote
how
in
young she
part, "Over the
realized she
past
wanted
36
something
hours,
different."
we have been flooded
According
with
to her
love,
post,
support, and
she came to
kindness.
this
I have had
decision
people
when she
reach
was
out from
just 13.
foundations I didn't even know
Of
existed.
course,
We
she
have been
couldn't
educated
change the
on so
circumstances
much.
she
We
was
have
living
learned
in
that
at that age. But she says that one day she can decide what kind of future she wants. It's a powerful difference. There's a big difference between taking control of your own circumstances and taking control of your own decisions later in life. Now, all these years later, Madison says she's putting those decisions into practice every day with her own family. She also admits that it's not always easy. This part will probably sound familiar to many of our viewers as parents. Creating new habits often takes a lot more effort than repeating old ones. Even when one's intentions are very good, changing old habits takes patience and consistency. Madison is candid about the fact that it takes learning and choosing, especially in difficult moments. This honesty may be one reason why so many fans online have connected with her message. She doesn't present herself as someone whose life is perfect. Rather, she describes parenting as an ongoing commitment. Another interesting part of this story is the words she chooses. She speaks of stability instead of instability. She speaks of security instead of fear. She spoke of honesty instead of secrecy. These aren't just little pieces of parenting advice. They describe the kind of environment she wants her children to experience every day. Whether someone grew up in a large family, a small family, or something completely different, many viewers can probably relate to the desire to have a peaceful home. For longtime fans of Sister Wives, Madison has been a part of the family's story for years. Viewers have watched her grow from teenager to adult, then wife, and now mother of 4. Because of that, some fans may see her latest message as another chapter in her personal journey rather than just another social media update. It's also worth noting that Madison has largely focused on her own family life in recent years. While she still has connections to the Sister Wives world through her family, most of her updates these days revolve around motherhood, raising children, and sharing bits and pieces of everyday life. This naturally changes the way fans see her. Many now follow her because they're interested in the life she's built for herself, rather than just her role in the Brown family saga. Her comments about reuniting with Kody have also added a new dimension to the discussion. As she explained before, she's open to forgiveness and a reconciliation. At the same time, she's also made it clear that if the relationship ever has to start over, it's important to maintain continuity. These two concepts can coexist. One can also want healthy boundaries while hoping for healing. From the outside, this balance may not always be easy to maintain, especially in families that have experienced years of change and distance. Of course, every family relationship is unique, and only those involved know the truth about what goes on behind the scenes. That's why it's important to focus on what Madison herself actually said. Her latest message wasn't about blaming anyone. Rather, it focused on the future she wants for her children. And perhaps that's why her post resonated with so many people. Rather than revisiting every difficult chapter in her past, she focused on the home she wants to build in the future. For many viewers, no matter their own background, this is an encouraging message. Ultimately, Madison's story reminds us that growing up in a particular environment doesn't necessarily determine what the next generation will experience. People can remember their childhoods, learn from them, and make different decisions if they believe those decisions are right for their own families. It's not always easy. It's not always quick. But for Madison, it seems like a commitment she made long before she became a mother, and she says she continues to live up to it every day. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think many parents would align themselves with Madison's approach to creating more stability for her children? And turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news and updates from Sister.
Wow. Thanks so much for watching, and see you again in the next video.